How you doing? This is your Abuela Tomasa here once more en su programa When I Grew Up, I Want to Be. Cuando yo crezca, quiero ser. Y sí, yo estaré viejita. Maybe I'm old, but I still want to learn. I still want to do things. Quiero seguir aprendiendo y quiero hacer otras cosas. Así es que el día de hoy les traigo a alguien que nos va a platicar qué es lo que hace and how she got there. Pero antes, quiero agradecer, estoy con mi trajecito nuevamente, con mi fuerte rebozo que me dieron mis nietos, Dianita y Angelito Ortiz, un besito. Y recibí hoy un regalito bien bonito, este que está aquí, de mi nietecita Ana, de Xochitl en Pink. Se los voy a presumir. Mis aretitos. Gracias, Anita, gracias. Un besito, y un besito y un saludo a toda la gente de Xochitl en Pink. Miren, mis amigos, dentro de muy poco van a ver esto ahí en algunos locales, en la biblioteca y todo eso. Un poquito de información de Casa Teatro. Miren nada más qué bonito está todo. Con más información. Recuerden seguirnos. Please follow us en Facebook, en Instagram. We have Twitter. Así es que tienen muchos lugares donde nos pueden seguir. And you can learn about the programs. Vamos a comenzar las clases. Yes, we're going to start the bilingual theater classes and the 18 for children and the 13 for adults. Así es que vamos a dar clases tanto para adultos como para niños. ¿Quieren más información? Chequen la página de Facebook. También al final de este mes tenemos el Afro Latino Week con muchas cosas, es como celebración al Black History Month. Se empieza el Black History Month el 1 de febrero. Así es que hoy es día number 2. Así que ya estamos celebrando el Black History Month. Y aparte de la celebración tenemos nuestro Afro Latino. Así es que no se pierdan, todos los días va a haber algo el último fin de semana. La última semana de febrero, the last week, no weekend, the last week of February, we have a lot of events for you. Panel discussions, Afro-Colombian workshops. We're going to spend one day in Mississippi with Ross College. Y, por supuesto, presentaciones para las escuelas. Y nuestra Afro-Latino Night fiesta. Chequen Facebook, chequen. Okay, my dear friends, sin más preámbulo, I'm going to introduce my friend who is being really, really nice to accept this invitation to come and talk to us about her workplace, what she does, how she does it, how she got there. Así es que yo lo conozco a ella como Queen, my dear Queen. Pero ella nos va a decir su nombre completo porque si lo digo yo, I'm gonna say it wrong. So, hello, Queen. How you doing, mijita?
Good. How are you, Monica? So it's Queen Titilé Keskessa. You know how to say that.
Okay. Yeah, I know, pero se me cuesta mucho trabajo a mí decir Titilé. Okay, here's one thing. Maybe some people haven't seen Queen somewhere downtown, pero lo que no saben es que ella habla español y viene de un país far, far away. Pero aprendió
muy lejos.
Otro idioma. Cuéntanos. Tell us a little bit about that part.
Okay, my name is Queen Titilé Keskessa. I am originally from Ethiopia. Yo soy africana con alma latina. Siempre digo eso. Mucha gente cree que yo soy dominicana o cubana, pero yo soy de Etiopía, en África. And aprendí español en escuela en la Universidad de Memphis. Y vivía en Miami por 2 años. Y that's where I picked up all the little nuances of the Spanish that I learned in school. And I started learning Spanish in 10th grade and took it all the way through the university. On all the years that I was in college, I continued. And here we are. Now I speak 3.5 languages.
Wow. You speak English, Spanish. Uh,
And the
¿Cuál sería
Ethiopian language, the
Ethiopian language?
national, yeah, it's called Amharic. Amharic, Amharic, and
Okay.
the half is there's this language that I used to speak when I was younger. It's called Tigrinya. It's from Eritrea, but the more when I get older and I don't use it, I keep losing it. So it's at half now.
Oh, that
Yeah.
that is true. A lot of people say, "Well, I took Spanish or French in high school, but I can't remember." You just say it. If you don't use it, you
You
lose
lose
it.
it. Yep.
Se va, se va.
Yeah.
Ok. Bueno, vamos a platicar, no de todos los idiomas que hablas tú. We're going to talk about your work.
Okay.
What do you do? What is your title? ¿Qué es lo que tú haces? ¿Cuál es el nombre de tu posición?
My title is Community Outreach Manager and Multicultural Affairs. I work for the city of Memphis, Mayor Strickland's office. And what that means is I do a lot of work with the community, specifically with the immigrant and refugee communities. But as a community outreach manager, I deal with a lot of different parts of Memphis that things that happen that affect the community. I'm usually out there meeting with people. For instance, with there's a person that I met with last week, even from the Deaf Connect. So they work with the community of Memphis that are hearing impaired, with LGBTQ community. So just different parts of our society, and I'm the outreach person. So whatever things that need to happen within these different parts of Memphis, I'm usually there representing the mayor.
Oh, okay. Okay. Tell us a little bit how is your day? One regular day, not today because but another day, another day. You usually, what do you do when you get to work? What happened? Llévanos por un día regular de Queen en la oficina.
¿Sabes qué, abuela? There's no such thing as a regular day. That's what happens when you work for the mayor. I think the most regular part is that I arrive at work at 8:30 and I grab a cup of coffee and then see what happens. A lot of times, whatever is on the mayor's schedule that needs attention. So we're all, his entire team is involved in that. So, as you can imagine with, so every day is different. But I reach out a lot to the multicultural community. For instance, I can tell you, let's say, what was Monday like this week? Because Monday was a regular day. I showed up at work. I had emails from the Refugee Empowerment Program about a lady who was looking for a training program. So I reached out to, she wanted to be a nurse, I think, and she wants to see what path she needs to take. So I reached out to the medical, it's okay. It will come to me sometime in the conversation, but I reached out to a
That
person
happens to me. Don't worry. That
I had worked with before. So I found a training program where she can learn, where she can participate, become a certified nurse's assistant. And then, I found another program that will pay for this program for her to participate. And then, we finished that. I had her registered. And while I was working on that, there was someone from Sukasa that reached out to me to see how they could partner with the Multicultural Board and see what we can do. So, different emails that, come out from the community, I just get to respond to. And there's no shortage of that. we always have people reaching out to us to see how we can collaborate on doing some work, or whatever help they need. There was a lady that needed housing help, so I communicated with the housing and community development. So the time just flies. I get there at 8:30, and then before I know it, my watch is telling me that I need to stand up, because it's been like 2-3 hours where I've been on the computer or on the phone dealing with different things. Yeah.
Wow, you're really busy. Wow. Tell me, with all this, what is the best part of your job? ¿Cuál es la mejor parte? ¿Cuál es lo que a ti te gusta de tu trabajo?
When I get to help someone and find a solution for their problems, that is the best part of my life, really, my work. It is absolutely I like to serve. I like to be of service to people, because I know I have reached this space. I was able to even be in this job because I had others that served me, right? So the only way I can pay back is by serving others. So anytime I get to find a solution for somebody that is having a problem, that's the best part of my job.
Oh, okay. Dime, cuéntame, ¿qué sería una de las habilidades? What would be one of your skills that you can use and you like to use in your work? ¿Qué sería una de esas habilidades que tú dices, yo puedo hacer esto? I'll use it right now.
Number one, you have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to communicate verbally. You have to be able to communicate by writing, right? Written, whether it's email or letter. That you have to be able to know the language and understand it and put it on paper well enough to express your ideas. So communication is number one. That's the number one skill. The other skills would be knowing how to use the computer, right? The computer software, the different things that you need to do. Even navigating the internet, that's a skill. Outside of social media, that is, right?
Yeah, TikTok, Twitter.
Exactly. So there's a lot more that you can learn, but those, I think, communication and technical skills, computer technical skills, I think are the ones that I use the most.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what would be your advice? ¿Cuál sería tu consejo para esos jóvenes? Because sometimes some kids are watching right now and they say, I would like to be in a department like that, a multicultural program or outreach. ¿Cuál sería tu consejo para ellos? What would be your advice for the children to, in the future, maybe do what you're doing right now?
Learn to, again, communicate effectively, right? So that means you have to learn, you have to read books. I read a lot of books. So you have to be able to read fast and understand what you're reading. You have practice writing, written communication, write a story. You could be a storyteller even, right? Learn to listen. That's also a skill, believe it or not, because sometimes when someone is telling you something or when they're sharing whatever they're sharing with you, a lot of times as human beings, we're so busy thinking of their response, we don't really listen to what somebody else is saying. So practice when someone is talking to you, even if it's your parents, especially if it's your parents and your teachers.
Yeah, you have to listen to your parents.
You have to listen. Quiet your mind and listen. And then respond based on the information that you have understood from what is being said to you. So listening is a skill, reading and understanding and exploring and researching, learning about different communities, different cultures. I get to deal with people from a lot of different countries. So I personally take pleasure in learning how to say hello and thank you in as many languages as I can. So I can practice that. I had a call this afternoon with a representative from the Japanese community, and I was able to say at the end of the conversation, arigato, which means thank you, right? In Japanese. So just, be open, explore the world. And the world that you live in is way more available than it was for us because you have the internet. So you can just Google a country, right? And read and find out different things. So yeah, those are the things that you can do right now.
Excellent. Qué bonito trabajo tienes. I like what you do. You had a chance to meet people from different countries, to use your skills. And what you just say a few minutes ago, eso de escuchar, listen, is a good skill. Poner atención y realmente escuchar. No que entre por aquí y luego salga por acá. No, se quede ahí adentro. ¿Okay? Con este trabajo tan ocupado que tienes, do you have a hobby? Do you have something that you like to do? And you say, I'm looking forward this weekend because I'm gonna do this, your hobby. What will be your hobby?
Well, Abuela, I love to dance. I love to dance. Dancing is my hobby. I teach dancing. So really, that's one thing I look forward to every weekend. So on Saturday mornings, we get together and dance with different music. We do salsa, we do merengue, we do Middle Eastern dancing, we do Afrobeat. So I love different music, and my number one hobby is dancing. So find something that brings you joy, right? That makes you happy, that puts a smile on your face. For some people, it's drawing. For some people, it's doing arts and crafts. I do like doing all these DIY projects from Pinterest and YouTube, do it yourself. Yep. So I like those things too. But my number one hobby is dancing.
Okay. Queen, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us y platicar un poquito de lo que tú haces en tu trabajo. That might give some ideas to the children who are planning their future, who still don't know what they're going to do, because right now teenagers are like, I don't know. Well, it is an option. Maybe you will know. Así es que, Queen, gracias, mijita linda. Gracias, mi amor.
De
Te
nada.
mando un
Thank
besito.
you.
Y espero
Thank you
ir a la
so much.
próxima a tu clase para hacer.
I hope so. I really hope so. Thank you.
Thank you, mis niños. Thank you. See you next time. Los veo la próxima.
Wow.
Besitos
Bye.
de la abuela.